Hey grade 4, here's your first video on time. This video is on telling time with calendars. So we often think of calendars as giving us the date, but it's also a way that we talk about time. So before we get started, if you don't already, you need to have your math notebook because you're going to need to take some notes. So if you don't have it, pause the video and go grab it. Once you do have it, here are the months of the year. These are going to be really important for you today as you're doing this. You're going to need to know the months of the year, and you're going to need to know them in order. You're going to know that January is the first month, February is the second month, March is the third, April is the fourth, the 5th is May, the 6th is June, then we have July, August, September, October, November, and the 12th month of the year, the last one, is December. So take out your notebook and write that down. You need to know which number of month they are, and you need to know them in order. So if you don't know that already, take time to write that in your notebook right now on the next clean page. Okay, so we're going to talk about dates a little bit today. So this is usually how dates are written. It's usually written in words and numbers. So this version right here, pardon me for the clicking, this is written in words and numbers. So you have January written in words, the date 15, and the year 2012 in numbers. This happens to be Piper's birthday. But guys and girls, I want to teach you today that there's different ways that we can write the date. We can write the date just using numbers. So for example, I might say 2012. 01/15. So this would say the year was 2012. This would say the month, it's the first month, and I always write 2 digits, and I would say the 15th is the date. So this one is year, month, day. Okay. I can also write it in a different way. So I might write it this way. I might write it 01/15/2012. So in that way, I'm writing it this way. I'm writing it month, the first month. I'm writing day, the 15th day, and I'm writing year. So I'm writing it month, day, and year. I can also write it one more way. I can write it 15/01/2012. So in that way, I'm writing that one in day, the month, and the year. I'm writing it only in numbers. That is called, are you ready for the fancy word? The fancy word for that in math is saying metric notation. You might want to write this down in your notebook. Metric notation is when you write the date in using only numbers. Alright, so take a moment to pause and write that down, and then we're going to try something else. Okay, so using metric notation, remember that's the date with only numbers, no words. Okay, so I want you to write down your birthday. First, using words and numbers. So for example, I'm going to use Ella's birthday. So Ella's birthday is June 4th, 2014. Okay, so take a minute and to write your date in words, your birth date in words and numbers in your notebook. Okay, now you should be able to write your birthday 3 different ways. You're going to write it year, month, day. You're going to write it month, day, year. And you're going to write it day, month, year. Alright, so what you need to know for that is you need to know the number of your birth month. So January is 1, February is 2. Okay, so take a moment And try and write your birthday in your notebook 3 different ways while I do Ella's. So Ella's is year 2014, the 6th month, the 4th day. Notice the 6th month and the 4th day both have zeros in front of them. We always write in 2 digits. Sometimes we even write the date, in the year, just in 2 digits. So sometimes we go 06, 04, 15. We might just write the year using 2 digits. And we could write the day. So 04, 06, 2015. Now, one thing to remember with metric rotation is there's only 12 months in the year. Okay, and there's only 30 or 31 days in a month. So you know that if the number is like a 15, or if it's a 98, that's not a month in the year. That's probably a date or a year. So same thing with the date. You know that it could be the date. You could have up to the 2nd month, the 28th day, or you could have the 3rd month and the 31st day. But if you're looking at bigger numbers, like 54 or 98 or 79, those big numbers are your year dates, right? And so you have to think about that. Is this, if this is a really large number, it's probably a year. If it's a smaller number, it could be a month, a date, or a year. And so that's something you have to think of when you're looking at metric notation. So what I'd like you to do right now is, after you've written some notes in your notebook that help you understand metric rotation, I want you to go into your purple pack, and I want you to work on pages 1 and 2. These discuss metric notation. Remember to read the instructions really carefully. If you don't understand what metric notation is, go back to your notes, come back to the video, but work really diligently on trying to push through those challenges when you're like, what is this asking me? Read carefully and work through it. Also make sure you note that sometimes the instructions say use words and numbers. So that's when you would use the words for the name of the month. And sometimes it says just use metric notation. That's when you would just use numbers. Alright, thanks for listening. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys working diligently and trying your best on metric notation. Talk soon.